All right, I think we got this. We had some technical difficulties here. So, day two of a peaceful protest here in Aberdeen, Washington, um, regarding the ordinances the City Council passed this Wednesday night, just a few days ago, which essentially outlaws sitting and laying down in public sidewalks in the downtown area for all people, even though it clearly is targeting disenfranchised people, impoverished people that don't have permanent places to live. But as the ordinance are written, it applies, or they think that it applies to the people, like all people, because it doesn't explicitly say a specific group. So, essentially, it's an attack and an affront to your First Amendment rights to assemble, freedom to assemble, your Fourth Amendment rights, freedom to travel, your Ninth Amendment rights, which covers pretty much all of the freedoms not explicitly listed in the Constitution, and several other constitutional issues with these ordinances. But day two was great. We had about 25 people join us in protest. They brought their own signs, brought different things to hand out, some petitions, different things to sit on, sat on the sidewalk, laid on the sidewalk, stood on the sidewalk, engaged with people in the public on what the issues are, what we're trying to do. My partner over here went into City Hall a few hours ago and talked with Eric, the mayor, Aberdeen, and asked him, what the status is of the ordinances, if he had signed them yet, because they don't go into effect until he does. And his comment was that he hasn't signed them yet as of a few hours ago today, and he's still not sure if he's going to, and that he said he had until Thursday, I guess I'm assuming next Thursday, to make his decision on what he's going to do with that. So very thankful for all the people that came out to support, all the people that are supporting at home and wherever you are, however you are choosing to support. Some people drive by, a lot of people drive by, honk, and show their appreciation. And for people that have eyesight, that are on the team out on the streets, have been saying, a lot of people have been giving thumbs up and waving and smiling and nodding their head in approval. And we've had some people shake their heads like no, but a lot of the signs are like the one behind me,
Peace and love to all.
Right, peace and love to all. There's one that says freedom to all. There's one that says, poverty's not a crime, resting's not a crime, freedom to sit, freedom to lie down. So these are kind of signs we have out there, and I don't understand how, what message they're disagreeing with, with that. Like, no, you don't have the freedom to sit or lay down. You don't. Poverty is a crime. Is that the message when they are in disapproval? So it's interesting. We haven't really had many people. Actually, we've had 0 people approach us on the sidewalk, willing to have a conversation with an opposing view. So again, we encourage people to do that. Like, we'll be out tomorrow on the streets again, meeting at City Hall at 9 a.m. For day 3 of the peaceful protests. And so yeah, we'll see how that goes. If you want to support, come on out. If you want to oppose, come on out. Let's have a discussion. Let's see, let's talk about what these ordinances really are, and hopefully help you realize that it's an affront to freedom, to your freedoms, to your liberties, no matter who you are. And so yeah, it's something to stand up for, something to, or sit down for, is the case, So yeah, thank you for all the support. We've had other forms of support. Some people drove by and gave some money, which we in turn handed over to one of the local ministers that came out. She brought a crew out, so shout out to our sister Sarah that came out and was supporting the cause, and she in turn was going to take that donation and distribute it to to bless somebody and help somebody out. And we've had other forms of donations. Somebody gave food today, came by and gave some snacks and some drinks, some hydration, some water, and some soda, I think, that was passed out. And some of it was drank by the people protesting, like hydrating, and some of it was then given out to other people coming by that live on the street or don't have much. So it's been really fun. That happened yesterday as well. A person pulled up and waved one of our fellow protesters over, and they handed him a bag of food, and he came back, and within 5 minutes somebody came up in a wheelchair that was hungry and didn't have anything to eat, and we were able to give out a bag of food just within 5 minutes. So it's really a cool experience so far, the last couple days, and we're going to continue to do what we can to raise awareness and help everybody realize that it's not just about a target group of people, even though that is pretty obviously the intention of the council, especially when they failed to articulate their purpose or reason when I asked them point blank. And that you can expect that that audio clip shortly. We'll try and get that that section of the Public Safety Committee of the audio, where I asked them, what their purpose or goal was for these ordinances, and you can decide for yourself whether or not they articulated a purpose or goal. But when I was in the room and listening to the recording again, it sounded like they didn't understand, or they didn't have a clear purpose or goal in mind, at least not that they could articulate. They attempted to say it was self-evident or it was in the ordinance, and then they tried to say, kind of cite the ordinance, but nobody really addressed what they were trying to accomplish with these ordinances. So yeah, so without purpose or goal in mind, you're gonna shoot for what? For nothing, and hit nothing. But you're also gonna, in your wild shooting at things, gonna hit something else, right? Collateral damage, and that's what we're out against. Like, the collateral damage in this case is not just the disenfranchised who sit and lay on the sidewalks, but the liberties of the people that happen to be walking through or living or visiting, or tourists that come through the downtown area in Aberdeen. And when they want to take a rest and sit down, according to these ordinances, if the mayor decides to sign it, they will be violating the codes here. So peace and love to everybody. Thank you again for all your support. You have a comment? What is it?
Hello, John Mackey. From John Mackey.
From John Mackey. Hey, what's going on, John? So yeah, I've got my assistant here with eyeballs to be able to read comments. Normally on the street, I don't really engage with the comments, but we got some time now since we're off the streets for the day. But if you guys want to go out this evening and do it, more power to you. If you want to join what we're doing, tomorrow at 9 a.m. we're starting at City Hall in Aberdeen, which is the corner of I and Market, and we'll be doing that Sunday as well. And we're just gonna keep doing it until we get some change. We get, hopefully, veto, maybe the Eric will not sign these things. But peace and love. If you guys have other ideas or comments on other ways we can spread the message and help the cause, please feel free to comment on the page and reach out. All right, got anything?
No.
All right, guys, love you.
Oh, wait. What?
We got another comment?
Keep on keeping on, somebody said.
All right.
John Mackey, actually.
All right, guys. Peace out. We'll catch you tomorrow.
Peace in.
Peace in. That's right. Peace into you. Into yourself. And that.